I was really hesitant to make this video, but I love model railroading and I always want to see it grow. So I want to talk about a problem that model railroading has in terms of its accessibility because of affordability, and I want to throw out a couple of ideas of solutions that we can have. Hello, my name's Jimmy. I'm drinking Joffrey's French Bistro Blend, and this is Coffee and Trains.
This video is brought to you with support from my patrons on Patreon. These videos would not be possible without them, and if you'd like to join the Patreon community, you can follow the link in the description below and join for as little as $1 a month.
Before I get into this video, I want to preface it with I am not a manufacturing expert, I'm not a business expert, I am not a logistics expert. The most that I know about model railroad manufacture is that injection molds are very expensive to make and that shipping products to market is very expensive. That's the most that I know. I don't know much else about the process other than what I've seen from YouTube videos that companies have posted. But I want to talk about this issue of affordability specifically with DCC. Now, I do want to talk about some of the companies that do have budget product lines, and I want to highlight some of them. One is Walthers with HO and their Trainline series. A lot of affordable stuff. They have affordable DC locomotives, but they're not DCC convertible. They do have starter sets and rolling stock that's right around $15 to $20, so that's pretty good. Atlas has their Trainman series, which has $15 to $20 rolling stock, and their locomotives kind of can get a little bit steep there. DCC ready for $120 was about the cheapest one I could find.
After making this video, I did a little bit more digging, and I was able to find some of these locomotives under $100.
Bachmann also has the starter sets, of course, and they have rolling stock that's under $20. And they also do several scales. They do HONO with their Williams by Bachmann and G-scale big haulers, but I'm going to talk mostly about HO and N scale today. And a couple companies that, while they don't bill themselves as truly budget friendly, they do have some budget options and budget ways of doing things that save you some money. Kato does a really good job. They sell a lot of rolling stock packs. They sell things like I found an 8-pack of gondolas for $100 with different numbers. That's pretty good. They also sell rolling stock starter sets, which I'm going to talk about that later. I found one with 8 covered hopper cars for $85 was what I was able to purchase it for. And they also have DCC ready locomotives that will run fine on a DCC or DC layout for under $100 is typically what you can find them for. Same thing with my last company, which is Scale Trains. Scale Trains has their really premium rivet counter line. I actually have a rivet counter locomotive that I love. It is the most amazingly detailed locomotive that I've ever had, and it just looks absolutely phenomenal, and it's worth the price in my opinion. But they also have the operator line, which sells like hotcakes because it's nice and it's affordable, but you have to be ready to pre-order them way in advance. I just pre-ordered 2 operator DCC ready locomotives for delivery in November. So if you're starting out, you're not going to know to pre-order these locomotives. You're just going to go see them and see them as sold out, and it may discourage you a little bit. So those are the companies that are doing some things right in terms of budget and things that you can look for if you're looking to save some money. But I really think that the issue is DCC accessibility, not only with the locomotives, but with the control systems. The cheapest you're going to get a control system is probably either the MRC Tech 6 or the Bachmann Easy Command with about $120 to $150. Now, DCC++ has kind of changed the game with affordability into DCC, where you can build a system for right around $50. But some people may not want to do that. I do that, but I understand that some people may not want to do that. So, and then when you look at the locomotives, if you're looking at DCC-Equiped, which if you're starting off, you may be a little bit intimidated about installing your own decoders. So you're probably looking at, what I look at is about $150 to $180 US for DCC equipped locomotives, and that's not including sound. For instance, if you're looking at Kato locomotives and you're buying the DCC ready ones, you can get them for under $100. But if you get them DCC equipped, you then go up to right around $150. And if you get them at DCC and sound equipped, you're definitely going north of $200, well north of $200. So The issue with affordability and accessibility is not with overall model railroading. DC is still extremely affordable, but a lot of people are going to want to start in DCC. If you're starting a railroad right now, I do recommend checking out DCC because it's the way that the hobby is going, and it increases the fun factor because you're able to control the locomotives and they have functions and things like that. But it's still got an affordability issue. So let's talk about that affordability issue and how we can maybe solve it. Before we get into my ideas of how to solve this issue, let's talk about some of the coffees that you guys are drinking. New Fenris Railroad, how you doing, man? Coffee tonight is Starbucks Sumatra in K-Cups for his coffee maker in the shed. Sounds really, really good. Dad 2012 Dwayne M says that he is drinking a large Tim's with 1 sweetener, 2 cream, and an apple fritter from his neighborhood Tim Hortons. You know that you guys got me drinking Tim Hortons. So let's see, who else do we have here? James Thomas says that he's drinking the Blue Ridge blend from Hatchet Coffee Company in Boone, North Carolina. I went to Appalachian State, so anything from Boone I'm going to be interested in, so I might have to try that out. Okay, so let's talk about my solution. First of all, I want to show you, like, on serious, like, I've got all my notes on this right here. So like I was doing a lot of notes on this video. So here is my ideas for products that could be offered that could be somewhat cost effective. First of all, I want to say in terms of locomotives, I'm completely ruling out steam. Steam requires more intricate manufacture to get the gears right and everything, and the molded parts and things like that. So, but I do want to start with diesels because they can be cost effective, and I think that F units in a locomotive like a Jeep 15 type could be the 2 locomotives that, if you're starting a budget DCC line as a manufacturer, those are the 2 that you can go with. So look at a price point around DCC-Equiped with a very basic decoder. I'm talking about directional lights and motor control only. $100. I think that's a good price point for a locomotive with DCC in terms of budget, and I think a lot of people would agree with that. And us hobbyists, we'll take these basic locomotives and we'll detail them up nice if we really want to. But I think F units, no B units, just the A units, and Jeep 15s DCC-Equiped with a basic decoder with no sound for $100 is something that I would consider for a product line for basic DCC or entry into DCC. And now I think that you take these products, whoever's making them, and you put them into a set and you sell that set for $200. And what that is basically you have a simple DCC system, something like a Bachmann Easy Command or an MRC Tech 6. You have the track, 3 pieces of rolling stock, and a locomotive, and the DCC command system, all in there for $200. I don't think that's unreasonable. Some people will say that's a little steep, but you are getting a DCC base station and a DCC locomotive with that, which, based on my pricing, plus the 3 pieces of rolling stock, that's right on par of what it would be. Now, let's talk about rolling stock. I think a lot more companies do budget rolling stock than budget locomotives, so this isn't as much of an issue, especially with Walther's Train Line and Atlas Trainman and companies like that. But I would love to see more rolling stock packs. We get these with passenger cars more than we get them with freight cars, but I would love to see $50 to $75 rolling stock packs with 4 to 6 cars, and have them be mixed cars. We can all buy those sets of cars, like the sets of box cars or the sets of well cars, the sets of tank cars, but I want to see mixed sets. So let's say you have $400 you've saved up $400 to really get yourself off and running with model railroading. So you would go into this company, you spend $200 on the set, which gives you some rolling stock, a locomotive, and you get the DCC command system. Then you spend another $100 on 2 4-packs of freight car starter sets, and then you have another $100 to buy track or accessories or things like that. I don't think that's unreasonable. I mean, I know how much it costs to invest in, like, just even this railroad, which is not that insanely huge, and how much it costs. I think $400 to get started on something like that is not terrible in terms of getting the railroad equipment. Now, DCC, I think that this is actually probably the least pressing, and that is simply because of what the guy who created DCC++ and the people that are on the DCC++EX project have done. They've really made DCC Control affordable, the base station. So DCC++EX is a great system for running a small to medium model railroad. So I don't think that's that much of an issue, but I would like to see something like a light version of the Digitrax Zephyr. I think that's a good little starter DCC command station, something like a light version of that. That would be pretty cool. So these are my ideas for making DCC more accessible in model railroading. Like I said, I don't think the products they have now are priced too high. I think that the detail we're getting on locomotives and rolling stock is amazing. I just don't think that there's not a lower tier, like an entry level tier that's really out there right now for DCC. And that's what I would really like to see, and I think it would help the hobby grow. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know some of your ideas in the comments below, or let me know if I'm completely off base or anything like that. So thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, I'm Jimmy from the DIY and Digital. Stay safe, be kind, drink some coffee, and happy railroading.